Welcome for the biggest project of my channel yet. Because yes, I always make bigger things every time. So this is a spaceship. But not every type of spaceship. This is a fighter. Because we need to defend our planet, our galaxy, our universe. And just because I wanted to put big guns on my spaceship, so I don't have a better reason. I'm not American, but as an American, it's a myth, I think, because I hope not everyone has guns in their American house, but maybe they do. So because my channel is in English, it will be the only reason why I put big guns on my ship. It's because I want to criticize the American model of society. No, I just wanted to make a big ship, and I was thinking like, what can I put on that to make it useful? Because as you can see here, I just used some modifiers, but it looks like kinda like a rocket and not a spaceship. So at the end of the video it will look better, but it will not look as it will at the end because it's a two-part series. So let's come back to the gun thing. I just wanted to make this useful, and to make a ship useful you have mainly two options. You can make this a cargo, but in 3D I think it will not be that visible because a cargo is much more with some things inside, so you will not see the inside because I just animated the outside. So a cargo wasn't quite an option, but a spaceship fighter was an option because it makes me able to put some visible thing on the top and it looks really nice. I don't use right now Bizo, so it's like I don't remember the English name of that, but it's like, it's not bullion, but it cuts the edge, it makes them rounder. I don't use that anymore because it messes up all your mesh, and I prefer to make that myself. It's the same for the subdivision modifier. I don't use that anymore because it really messes up all. This is a shim, so it's more like an idea. This is a better version, but it's still not the last one. And as you can see, this time I used the vertices to cut the cockpit. I not used some boolean modifier, so I think it's what the pro blender artist makes. They use the mesh. Some of them use the boolean modifier, but they do have quite a lot of things that they know and that we don't know, and it's why they make really nice topology. But for myself, I'm not of them yet, so I just use some vertices because it was easier to make a shape, like you said, but now I always use that. This is a docking port because you need to dock your ship to reload it, to escape from it and everything else. And again, I'm not using any modifiers here, I'm just cutting it with my bare hands or my bare mouse if you prefer. The mesh is pretty clean on that right now. It's not clean anymore because the subdivision messes up all, but you know, it messed everything at such a point that I have to move this part and to make that again. As you can see, there's a big gap here, and I made it from scratch with a new circle. At least it will look more round. A little tip, you can use Control Alt or Shift Alt S, I think, to just round a square. So that was what I wanted to do. You just select a bunch of vertices and Shift Alt S and just grab your mouse around, and this makes a really nice circle. This is a colored version, so it's with basic colors, but as you can see, that's better than with nothing. And now we can make the motors because it won't move without motors. And because we're in space, we now need to control all the 6 directions, so up, down, left, right, front, and rear, so we need at least 6 motors, but this has a great moving abilities on the side and on the front and rear, so we'll have 2 on each side and 4 for the top and bottom, because you have to fight gravity, so it's harder. But the top and bottom one will only be some plates that will cover a hypothetical engine, exception from the other motors that are clearly designed and that you will be able to see. This is the basic mesh, and then I used some technique like making squares, random things, and others that made a quite better version, quite better result. As you can see, I selected all of that and grabbed it around to make it nicer, so the result is better, and I can modify all of that, all the colors one by one, and then I can extrude that. I try to make some air intakes, air out, some things that will guide the outcome, the outgoing gas. I don't know how to say that clearly, but I used the same actor and it was pretty messing up with all, so I needed to scale down the outside thing. We will not have some animation here at the end because it's a long video. I will make 2 design videos, and the last one, the third, will be the final render, so it will be about 1 minute animation, and it's a little bit like a car commercial, so it's a little spoiler. You can subscribe if you want to not miss it, if you want to see the final nice render, and have a nice day.